Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. Here are the five for the Lakers. LeBron James out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Jake LaRavia. And it's Smart in at the shooting guard position. And for the Warriors, we've got Kristaps Porzingis, DeAnthony Melton out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Santos in at the three. Grant, two teams with very high hopes for the postseason. This should be a fantastic matchup.
You know, B.A., I've had this one circled on my calendar. Both sides have talent. They're exciting. You know, it's the kind of game that could come down to the last shot.
Melton against Smart. James outside. Kennard outside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Now here's Curry. Porzingis finds Curry. Melton on the wing. 6 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Porzingis misses. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. James passes to Ayton. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Yes, so strong. Ayton and one. Ugh.
As you know, acquiring a big man was a priority for the Lakers in the offseason, Grant.
And that became a glaring need as we saw in their first-round exit against Minnesota. But enter DeAndre Ayton. A definite upgrade, B.A. And we know Luka is at his best alongside a rim-running center.
And that one misses.
And we know Ayton has all the tools to be a top big man in this league. He just needs to show it on a nightly basis.
Santos can't get it to go.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
The three from Curry. Pass to Porzingis. Tries again. And he lays it up and in.
You know, at 7'3", not many guys can defend Porzingis. I mean, especially when he's operating this close to the rim.
Smart against Melton. Smart with the bucket. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Melton on the wing, defended by Smart. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Santos. To the paint. Here's Green. And he buries his first look.
And Green loves flexing on the defense. Welcomes the contact and overpowers it.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him about LeBron James and what his team's defensive game plan was against him, and he said to me, hope and pray that he misses a majority of his shots. With LeBron, there's only so much you can do, but we're going to do our best. We'll see what happens here tonight. Guys?
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Melton. 17 points in his last outing. Green against James. Pass to Santos. Shot clock at 5. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. That one's good. This game is all even.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
LaRavia. Rebounded by Green.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. He shoots it, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Inside, Green can be very aggressive and physical, allowing them to do work scoring the ball.
Timeout called. The Lakers. Their last game, a win against the Suns, looking to carry it into this one.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor. because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
And it's a completely new group here for the Warriors. And then for Los Angeles, Kleba, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Hayes comes in for LeBron. And Rui Hachimura subbed in for Laravia. Now here's Kennard. He's coming off a 19-point game against Phoenix.
And not just exerting himself scoring the ball, also showing energy on defense as evidenced by his 3 steals on the game.
Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Bassey with it. Pass to post. Outside Pajemski. Down low. Second chance shot. And that's 2 points on the layup.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
And here's Kennard. Defended by Pajemski. It's Smart on the wing. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. The Warriors lead by 4. Inside. Here's Bassey. That one no good. Some solid defense from Hayes. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Pass to Smart. And he lobs it up to the rim. And so the ball out of bounds. Smart touched it last. And since the All-Star break concluded, here's a view of which teams are leading the league in second chance points. The 4th spot held by the Warriors.
Second half of the season, they've made a concerted effort to compete on the offensive glass, and you see it in the numbers.
Now here's Pajemski. Last game with 30. On the wing, Payton. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter here. 5 on the clock. Here's Pajemski. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in the Bay Area.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
Very satisfying performance, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. And they ended up winning it going away. And the Warriors making a change here. Spencer's checked in. So it's the Lakers now. They trail by 6. Smart passes to Hachimura. Lays it up and banks it in. Nice job by Hachimura. He is so good below the foul line.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 11 so far. Here's Spencer. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Clock at 6. Releases. Connects. The jumper drops. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The Warriors on top. They're up by 6. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, a debate is brewing. While the NBA has pushed back against load management, saying it's an 82-game league, prominent voices on the team side countering that. With much more movement on every possession, modern play style places novel demands on players' bodies.
A serious challenge. Okay, Shams, thanks for that report. So on the floor for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. LeBron plays the 3 with Vanderbilt at the 4. Luke Kennard out there with Jake LaRavia. And it's Kleba in at the center position. Now here's Vanderbilt. 4 on the clock. It's not going to go for him. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Warriors have come a long way during the Curry era. Draymond Green said, quote, "We built this thing up from the laughingstock of the NBA. I take a great deal of pride in that. I think about this organization like it's mine. If the Warriors win the championship 10 years from now, that's our championship, period." Back to you.
All right, thank you, Allie. Now, here is James. Coming off a 28-point game against Phoenix.
And he brought the defense, secured 4 steals over the course of the game.
Here's LaRavia. Good D. Better O from LeBron.
Fighting through contact. Not easy trying to corral LeBron when he's focused on scoring. Good luck with that.
Grant, LeBron has had so much recognition over the years, but truly, he might not get enough credit for what he's meant to the NBA.
Yeah, you might be right, B.A. Truly a global ambassador for the game of basketball. He set the standard for what a superstar can be, really, in any sport.
Now, here is James. Taking command on offense when they need him, putting up 21 a game. Basket counts. James has got his second bucket on the night.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Pass to Santos. Back to Curry. Wow, Curry takes the hit and finishes inside.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
Vanderbilt, a pass to LaRavia. Back to Vanderbilt. Here's James. Santos pulls it in. The Warriors lead by 7. In transition, here come the Warriors. Here's Spencer. He's covered by LaRavia. Outside, Green. Over Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt with the block. And here's James, taking command on offense when they need him, putting up 21 a game. Nice shot by Kennard.
That is good offense, unselfish play.
The Warriors have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Out left to the wing. Here's Spencer. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
Look, when you play as a team, good things tend to happen for you.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Ayton, he's checked in for Kleba. Hayes comes in for Vanderbilt. Hachimura's checked in for James. And it's Marcus Smart in for LaRavia. Now here's Hachimura. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix. Here's Smart. Unable to get that one. Good D by Melton. Hachimura against Payton. Outside Pajemski. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. So hits one and misses one at the line. Lakers trail by 8. Here's Kennard. And the layup is good off the glass. Kennard's gotten 4 this quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Pajemski, a reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. To the inside, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And always fun to see which players have been the deadliest from three-point range. You look at Kennard, he is downright lethal from distance, ranking first in the league in three-point percentage. And of course, Rui Hachimura, they're a few spots behind.
And the way both of these guys open up the floor with their long-range shooting, you just can't afford to give them any airspace from deep.
Now here's Smart, and play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Here's Pajemski. 56 seconds left in the first half. Ooh, Ayton with the block. Kennard passes to Smart. Kicks it out to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hachimura. The 9-footer's on the mark. Hachimura's gotten his second bucket.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Now here's Melton. Still no points.
And Melton has continued to improve at a steady rate, which is something you'd like to see. He's a versatile combo guard who always plays hard.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Melton.
You know, with Melton, you get a lot. You get floor spacing, steals. He can play both guard positions. And he's a good rebounder for his size, too.
And Melton drops them both.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Pass to Ayton. Shots blocked. And so it's the Golden State Warriors leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. The flow of the game has favored them in general. But hey, the tide can shift. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks so much, Kristaps. You guys hold the lead. How do you evaluate your team's play in this first half?
I think we played pretty well. Defensively, we were helping each other. We were there in the right spots. Just the last couple of minutes of this second quarter, we got to let them get to the basket and get in our paint and score easy buckets. Back
to you.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They have a 6-point lead. Kenny, give us your tip.
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving away any possession. They did a great job of that in the first half.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
It's the work they've done in the paint that's impressed me the most. A lot of their points have come from the inside. They need to keep that production in the post coming in the second half.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And Curry's got the ball here for Golden State. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. DeAnthony Melton out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then it's Green. And it's Santos in at the 3 slot. That's the Warriors 5. Melton misses. Lakers trail by 6. Smart passes to Ayton. Kennard outside. Pure from 3-point range. Kennard's got 9.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Shot is up. They get it back. Here's Melton. Smart with the defensive effort.
Ice cold coming out of the half. That's 0 for 3.
Laravia passes to Ayton. And here's Laravia. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway.
You know, you just love to start the second half this way. What a play call.
Yeah, they want to get the half off to a quick start, and they know who to go to. You know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
No doubt, Stephen Curry is the best shooter of all time. Talk about what makes him special, Grant.
Well, B.A., he can hit shots under the most difficult circumstances, off balance, with only a sliver of daylight. And this is why teams often choose to double him the moment he crosses half court.
Now here's Curry. He's got 7. Pass to Santos. Shot clock at 6. Banked it in off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
He's got a knack for finishing inside. That's easy money.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Well, LeBron is keeping it going. He said, I appreciate these young guys coming up in the ranks and doing great things. I hope to have inspired them to carry it on when I decide that I'm done and keep this beautiful game going. Not just the league, but the purity of the game. That is what's most important. Back over to you, Brian.
He's left an imprint, no question. Thanks a lot, Allie.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Smart with the bucket.
Set it up perfectly. I mean, Smart recognized the soft coverage and took it himself.
Melton on the wing. Back to Curry from the right block. And too long on the shot. Lakers trail by 5. James left side. Green with the defensive effort. The Warriors have gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Post is checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Payton comes in for Santos. Curry, he's checked in for Melton. And it's Brandon Pajimski in for Stephen Curry. And then for Los Angeles, Kleba, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Vanderbilt comes in for LeBron. And Rui Hachimura subbed in for Kennard. The Warriors lead by 7. Here's Curry. And another shot. And he takes it up and lays it in. Curry's gotten his first points of the night.
Boy, Curry knows that kind of physical finish can give his team a spark.
Vanderbilt against Green. Vanderbilt, no good. Now the Warriors with it. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Back to Pajimski. 1:46 left in the third quarter. Curry looking it over. Stolen by Vanderbilt. Laravia left side. Got it. Laravia's got his second basket on the night. There's a minute 26 left in the third quarter. Pajimski with it. Laravia's there. The shot by Pajimski, no good. Lakers trail by 7. Laravia outside. Outside Vanderbilt. 6 on the shot clock. Laravia passes to Vanderbilt. Curry against Smart. Oh my goodness! Smart with a tough finish.
I like watching Smart get it done inside. He is such a fearless competitor.
Pass to Payton. The 11-footer. Outside Pajimski. Rebounded by the Lakers. To the middle. Here's Hachimura. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
He knows he can get his shot anytime he wants, and he also knows he has the green light.
Outside Pajimski. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The Warriors on top, up by 3. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. And so in the game for Los Angeles, Luke Kennard out there with Jake Laravia. Then it's Rui Hachimura. Then there's Hayes. And it's James in at the 4. The Warriors lead by 3. The ball's knocked loose. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Laravia. Comes up empty down low. And the Warriors shooting at 45% of the game so far. Pass to Santos. Now here's Bassi. Outside Curry. Lets it fly. No good off the back of the rim.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up.
Now here's Laravia. Defense is right there. James outside. Good D by Bassi. And the Warriors with possession here. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Outside Porzingis. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Larabia's got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Hayes. Larabia outside. And he lobs it up. And finished off by Hayes.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Golden State calls timeout. And this late game timeout, getting a breather here, important for the players to recharge. This is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with some Gatorade. Melton, he's checked in for Bassi. The Lakers also with a sub. Ayton, he's checked in for Hachimura. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. James double teamed. Curry with it. Picked up by James. James against Curry. Beyond the arc. Curry.
Beyond the arc.
Gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at the stripe.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that.
Checked in for the Lakers.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Boy, LeBron just continues to perform at a very high level. Incredible when you consider his age.
Now here's Porzingis. Pass to Green. Down low. Fades back. Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
Getting the ball into the paint for a close range look. That's a nice pass.
Kennard outside. Here's Ayton. Now Hayes. Just 5 on the clock. Here's James. With the clock winding down. And finished off by Hayes.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Santos can't get it to go. The Lakers trail. Now, here is James. Oh, great focus from James.
And, you know, we've come to expect this from LeBron James, guys. I mean, when his team needs a bucket, he rises to the occasion.
Curry, no good.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
And slam dunk by James.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
Yeah, fearless play from Curry inside. Going up against tough defense and getting fouled while shooting.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
The way they've been able to consistently get past the defense and to the cup has been most impressive. They've almost made it look pedestrian.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of running. Attacking when they get the chance, always a great idea.
When you talk about shot mechanics, Curry is as close as you can get to perfect. I mean, you can tell he puts a lot of work into that part of his game, and it pays off.
LaRavia is checked in for the Lakers. And so Curry nails both of them.
In a tight game, this is who they want taking these shots.
There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Green against James. James down. Wow! LeBron making some noise.
LeBron showing you how he does it. A stylish flush by King James.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. Here's Curry. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup. Curry's got 11 points here in the second half. Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. Score tied at 43. We've got 1:13 left in the game. Time now to present our player of the game, LeBron James.
Defensively, they were not prepared for his inside game. They were not able to deny him the ball, and once he got it, he was so quick and able to get to work. Just a masterful performance in the paint tonight.
A minute 9 left in the game. And they call an illegal screen here.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
The Warriors have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. Curry, no good. The Lakers shooting 60% here in the fourth quarter. Terrific efficiency. Kennard passes to James. Santos pulls it in. Pass to Porzingis. Lets it go. Curry's shot is off. And so Smart will bring it up for the Lakers. Fast break. Here come the Lakers.
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're down by 2. 29 seconds left to play in the fourth. Seconds left in the fourth. Timeout called the Warriors. They're losing by 2. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. The three from Curry. And so the ball out of bounds. Smart tucks it last. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Curry from deep three-point land. Can't knock in the three. And they get it back.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a three-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
The three from Curry, and the miss. And so it's the Lakers who scrape by with the win. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce, who is now with our player of the game.
LeBron, you overcame a shaky start in this one. Describe the gritty effort to get the win.
You know, we wanted making shots to start the game in the first quarter, but we continued to just grind and grind and grind. And that's what was able to keep us, in the game, even throughout the whole first half, not only the first quarter.
It's not always perfect, but you made it happen. Enjoy the win.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.